In 1932, a modern army went to war against birds. Not rebels, not invaders, but 20,000 wild emus. Armed with machine guns and thousands of bullets, the Australian military expected an easy victory. Instead, they faced an enemy they couldn't predict, couldn't control, and couldn't defeat. The emus moved fast. They scattered, regrouped, even seemed to outsmart trained soldiers. Guns jammed, plans failed, ammunition ran low, and soon the world was laughing. This wasn't just a battle. It became one of the most bizarre military campaigns in history. A war where strategy collapsed, and nature fought back. So how did a nation lose a war? To birds. This is the story of the Great Emu War, where humanity learned the hard way that nature doesn't play by our rules.
The story of the Great Emu War begins in the early 1930s, when Australia faced the dual pressures of post-war recovery and the Great Depression. Thousands of World War I veterans had been resettled on farmland in Western Australia under government schemes intended to provide livelihoods and stimulate agriculture. However, these farmers encountered harsh environmental conditions. Poor soil quality, erratic rainfall, and unstable wheat prices made survival difficult. Despite their discipline and resilience, many were already struggling to maintain their farms when a new and unexpected crisis emerged. In late 1932, approximately 20,000 emus migrated inland as part of their natural seasonal movement. Their route intersected directly with the agricultural zones where veteran farmers had settled. The consequences were devastating. Emus trampled fences, destroyed crops, and created openings that allowed rabbits to invade farmland in even greater numbers. Wheat fields were rapidly consumed or rendered unusable, pushing already struggling farmers toward financial collapse. Facing ruin, the farmers petitioned the government for immediate assistance. In an unusual but desperate move, they requested military intervention to eliminate the threat. Treating the situation as a serious national concern. Major GPW Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery was assigned to lead the operation. He arrived equipped with 2 Lewis light machine guns and around 10,000 rounds of ammunition. The mission seemed simple: use superior firepower to reduce the emu population and protect farmland. From a military standpoint, the expectation was clear: modern weapons would easily overcome unarmed wildlife. Initial encounters quickly shattered these assumptions. The emus did not behave like predictable targets. Instead of grouping together, they split into smaller flocks, making them difficult to engage effectively. Observers noted behavior that appeared almost tactical. Some emus acted as sentries, alerting others to approaching danger. Once threatened, the birds scattered rapidly, avoiding sustained exposure to gunfire. Attempts to ambush large groups near water sources initially seemed promising. However, these efforts often failed due to mechanical issues and the birds' speed. In one notable incident, a machine gun jammed during a critical moment, allowing a large group of emus to escape almost entirely unharmed. As the operation continued, the emus demonstrated remarkable adaptability. They outrun military trucks, maneuvered through rough terrain with ease, and proved extremely difficult to track. Even when hit, many birds continued running, showing a level of physical resilience that surprised the soldiers. The effectiveness of machine gun fire was far lower than expected. Meanwhile, the soldiers faced increasing frustration. Ammunition supplies were being depleted rapidly, yet the number of emus killed remained relatively low. The operation was becoming inefficient, costly, and demoralizing. What might have remained a localized failure soon became a national spectacle. Australian newspapers picked up the story and framed it as a bizarre and embarrassing military campaign. Cartoons and headlines mocked the situation, portraying emus as clever adversaries defeating a modern army. Public perception shifted quickly, turning the operation into a symbol of governmental incompetence. The ridicule extended beyond Australia, attracting international attention and further damaging the government's reputation. The growing embarrassment reached the halls of Parliament, where politicians debated the merits and failures of the campaign. Critics questioned the decision to deploy military forces against wildlife and highlighted the lack of results. Under mounting political and public pressure, the government made the decision to withdraw military involvement. Major Meredith's mission was officially ended, marking an unusual conclusion to a military campaign, one in which the objective remained largely unachieved.
Following the failure of military intervention, authorities shifted their approach. Instead of relying on force, they implemented more practical and sustainable strategies. Bounty systems were introduced, encouraging civilians to hunt emus for financial reward. More importantly, improved fencing was developed to protect farmland from intrusion. These measures, though less dramatic, proved significantly more effective over time. The Great Emu War highlights a fundamental misunderstanding, applying conventional military tactics to ecological problems. The emus, guided by instinct rather than strategy, effectively neutralized human advantages through mobility, dispersion, and resilience. Meanwhile, the military approach failed to account for environmental realities. This event serves as a reminder that technological superiority does not guarantee success, particularly when facing complex natural systems. Today, the Great Emu War is remembered as both a humorous anecdote and a meaningful lesson. It is often cited as one of the most unusual conflicts in history, illustrating the unpredictability of real-world challenges. Beyond the humor, it carries enduring relevance. In an age of increasing environmental pressures, the story underscores the importance of adapting human strategies to coexist with nature rather than attempting to dominate it outright. Ultimately, the Great Emu War endures not because of its scale or casualties, but because of its message. Even the most advanced systems can be humbled by the persistence and adaptability of the natural world.